indigos, light workers, star rays, ones that are from other universes and galaxies. I am Akasha Azrite, and this is going to be episode 7. We're going to be going over today what is coming through from the Galactic High Councils and also Stargate Masters. We're going to open up into the space and into the light space. Energies that are coming in are really high, so we have a new moon that's coming up. So during the new moon, everyone will be releasing a lot of energies. Everything that's unresolved between separation with inside of you, and it would be in your reality. So I'm a Stargate master teacher for multidimensional mastery teaching, quantum conscious existence and beyond, universes, ether realms, astral realms, whatever it is that you guys would, whatever resonates with you in the heart. We teach all of our students, star tribes, if you want to say, the ones that come to us to access their super consciousness abilities or codes, light codes, equations, orthograms, art, all within them, high alchemy too as well, high alchemy, cosmic shamanism, and beyond. Galactic Commander roles and also Galactic Guardian roles. So I wanted everyone just to be on a journey with me. Right now I'm integrating my Syrian DNA, and it's actual multiple Syrian DNA. So there's lots of activations and light body activations that are coming in. And the new moon right now is, you would have to understand in how we teach that everything that you see always out there is really inside of you that's unresolved. So a lot of people look external between, I'm going to say, releasing their fourth dimensional consciousness, third dimensional consciousness frequency bandwidth, and also moving through their Armageddon softwares. The Ascension journey, going to full-blown galactic, full-blown universal soul, is going to be really bizarre. It's really out there, but once you pass through the gates into the fifth dimension, learning how to navigate through dimensions, you go all the way in, and it's a really magical experience, unless you have to remove softwares on a deep cellular level purification. Bone structures and the whole vessel is going through an upgrade. So I wanted to tune into a few things, and for you guys just to follow my journey, sacred journey of Ascension. So we're going to do 3 days, and who knows where we'll wind up, because right now we're in a beautiful place in La Cruces, and we're quantum jumping and multiple timeline jumping. And you can see, so my star body is accelerating. I actually can see my face is peeling, so I don't know if anybody's experiencing this, but the star particles are starting to really activate in my body even more. So feeling all over. I don't know if anyone's having these symptoms right now, and it's always detoxing here in the head from 36 years of chemicals, fluoride, and all kinds of metals and toxins, artificial intelligence pretty much, that's put into us that we don't really know anything about. Sorry about the noise in the background, you guys. I thought it was shut off. It's the washing machine. That's kind of funny. We actually thought it was done. Didn't check that, right? Everyone should be experiencing, you're going to experience multiple timeline collapses, many timeline collapses right now. Some will not, and some will. Everyone that has the heart open, the heart expanded, is going to be flowing. So please pay attention to where you put your energy to right now. Kind of like an update for today. Listen to you. Where do you put your energy at? Where are you allowing your energy? Are you in a lower vibrational frequency? Are you playing victim energies? Which is okay, because you can play those out. So we teach how to do that too. And it's all good as long as you're having fun doing it. So we raise our vibrational frequencies and we have fun playing out all the roles that needs to be played out in order to remove the software. And we actually have fun doing it. So I wanted everyone to tune in. Waking up, most likely everyone will be waking up with lots of energies coming up, because in a few days you have a major timeline adjustment, a major shift, templates coming in. There's a huge multiple timeline jumping too as well that's coming up for everyone. So I wanted everyone just to tune into that too. The new moon is always going to be lots of heavy energies. So if you are a quantum energetic surgeon, or if you're a healer, or let's say a quantum mentor, or whatever it is that you do, I will always tell everyone you might as well most likely book your sessions and your personal sessions probably about a day or so after the new moon. There's a reason for it, because you are going to be pulling up massive softwares as you activate light in your body. The more light you bring in, the more you're going to activate. You will have to understand every new moon, you should be knowing that you're about to go through a major software release. And this is the ones that are still clearing the fourth dimension or separation and judgment within inside of them. You will have to navigate through the cycles of each cycle is what we work through. So kind of everything coming in is that my higher self said, you better pay attention to who you allow into your field, and kept telling me this over and over again, because if they're fluctuating in a fourth dimensional frequency bandwidth or third dimension right now, it's just not allowed in the field at all. Activating the Sirian DNA, these are all the Sirian councils coming in to assist during this activation, which is a lot of releasing. When you activate the Sirian DNA, there's multiple templates, multiple timelines, multiple integrations, and it is a full body integration of the divine masculine, divine feminine, both, that really are that powerful force. So there's really lots of divine templates, divine power templates coming in, standing in your power, your divinity. What is not in alignment, you have to release. Anything that is ego and separation and judgment, you have to release from the timelines, contracts, all contracts and soul contracts. Is like the Sirian higher self is beautiful frequencies, but they don't play around. So it's really interesting working with this energy, and then still clearing 36 years of, 36 years of a life cycle at the same time, and then also navigating, always waking up, clearing as much as I can, and I have to be 100% present in each one of my sessions in a heart space. Everything has to be in the heart space and having the heart wide open. So when you are awakening, and if you are guiding as a way shower, as me, hundreds of people, and you have, let's say, lots of beautiful students that you're teaching at the same time, you have to understand the roles that we have to move through every single day. So I made this to help everyone also to understand what exactly it is that we do, or when you fully come online, if you're being shown to be a way shower or a multidimensional quantum mentor at the same time, you will have to awaken to realize that this is a full body system. This is pure love. This is divine power. This is pure wisdom, intelligence. This is a very high frequency. It gets higher and higher as you go through Ascension and activate your light bodies. You would have to understand the process when you go into your master templates, and it is like a process, if you want to say, moving into the master templates, you have to clear all the time. If you have a bunch of students, you're holding space for a lot of students, which means you're clearing for the collectives. You're going through many cycles. You're moving through cycles with a lot of your students too. So you would have to understand that too, and then that will shift. Once that shifts, so that's what the Sirian DNA is activating inside of me, because that's about to shift too. And the Sirian says, no, this isn't your role anymore. This is not, these are your contracts. You're not doing this anymore. So whatever is out of energetic alignment, I'm going to continue showing you, and we are going to have to readjust and collapse millions of timelines to work through everything that we possibly can, and then collapse. And you're going to have to let go of your attachments and holds. You're going to have to master this. So it's mastering reality. Anyways, you'll learn how to navigate to mastering realities. The Sirian upgrade is really beautiful. It's lots of beautiful Egyptian energies coming in. So we wanted you guys just to be able to open up to understanding the life of a star child, going into the master templates, and I'll just break it down for everyone again. Everyone, you should a little bit know about the 12 crystalline silica DNA strands. Each one is a template. Every strand that you activate, okay, is a template. You move into galactic consciousness fully, which I did really fast. When you go into the mastery and full body ascension, there is probably about 5 years, maybe. It all depends on where you're at. There's years and years and years of mastery, timelines, mastering realities, mastering time. There's so much set up for you in order for you to move through really fast, working through Stargate, vortexes, passageways, and portals. And there's a lot that has to be done all at the same time too. Sometimes if you're multiple timeline jumping, or you're being ran through a gate as a Stargate keeper. Stargate keepers, you will be ran. You'll upgrade very fast, like me in the past years. Full body ascension. So the beautiful thing last night is that I actually was able to see the crystal stars on my body, communicating and talking. So I know it's going to be a lot more. I should be able to look down and see nothing but, and this is in the waking state, and kind of sitting there, I should be able to start seeing the purple star particles all over my body, and that's most likely going to be a gamma system, and it seems like it's more of a new plasma system that's coming online, but I could actually see the stars coming off of me like beautiful starlight particles, and it's only a few for right now, and I know it's going to get a lot more, so I'll have to film it later on for everyone. I know I'm going to go through a burn off, I know I'm going to go through a heat up, and I'm okay with that, so I do know what's coming. But they were tuning and toning, communicating, which means they're restructuring a reality. So whatever is here most likely is going to be gone. So I do know that. As they sit there and recode, they're going to code and communicate with each other, and they're communicating with me and showing me that they're online. And they will just show me. So it looks like I have purple star particles all over my arms and all over my legs. And that's how they're communicating and showing me everything right now and saying, communicating, hey, we're here, we're online. This is the diamonds, this is the diamond body. We're coming fully online and communicating, and it's a full body communication. It's a super quantum computer system is what you're constructing. So it's really beautiful experience. But I do know that I'm going to have to move through and release a lot. And I can tell the Syrian is an activation for the Guardian roles and for the way shower roles, is that everything we'll have to maintain with heart open. We do not allow anything that's separated in judgment into the field or an ecosystem into the fields. So that is going to take a little bit of a process in order for me to master. Once I master those realities, and then it would be in the waking state and dream state, and then I would be able to clear multiple timelines, all kinds of stuff. Templates, records, Akashic records, galactic records, all kinds of massive stuff too as well. And then I'm also clearing from my galactic husband too as well, and that's more galactic wars right now. So it's a lot going on in an accelerated fast rate because it's chosen. So once you remove your resistance and you fully surrender, you have to be ready to fully surrender and to move really fast. And to realize that everything eventually goes. Everything has to go through reconstructing a whole field, a light field, a new universe, a new reality, multiple realities, parallel realities. You would have to understand there's a whole recoding that comes in. It could take a few years, and then whatever is aligned, most likely when you move into the highest dimensions, the soul contracts, if you want to say earth contracts, just that would help. The soul contracts will be allowed back in if it's the highest aligned. If it's not, then it's just not. So it's, you're just going to have to move through that too as well. The ascension is a soul journey. Eventually you will take your ascension seriously if you want to. If you don't, it's fine. If you're okay where you are, that's why I said it will resonate or it won't resonate. It doesn't matter. If anyone wants to know I'm going to say certain processes that we all do know about. The ones that want to go to mastery will choose the higher levels. I'm going to say levels, but it's not really true either, but yes. So it would be full-blown mastery, ascending physically in the body, and that is that's definitely where I will be going to. kind of like opening up into the light space. So Galactic DNA. Now I've had what 8 years of full blown integration with multiple consoles, but working on Syrian DNA right now. So bringing in templates and then twin ray templates too as well. So we're going to go over templates and then galactic contracts. So I want everyone to know about activating realities. And I feel like this is important for everyone. As a Stargate master, bringing this in for all of you guys so you understand what are Stargates. What is walking through a Stargate? It's multiple timeline jumping. Okay, so multiple timeline jumping. So hopefully that will be able to assist you. I'm sending so much love for you guys. We tried to keep it 30 minutes, but usually it's about an hour. So we're just going to flow with it because it's quantum. And once you start putting expectations on everything, then it goes out the door. So I wanted to be able to connect to all of you on a personal level and to work through each episode live and to connect. I mean, we have Russia and the UK and France that are connected here as Star Tribe and Star Family because we're placed around the planet in different locations, and we're actually coordinated to Stargates. A lot of us are coordinated to Stargates, and then a lot of us are coordinated to constellations, galaxies too as well. So I'd like for you guys to pay attention to that too. Star constellations, which is also coordinated with the Stargates. A lot of you guys most likely are corresponding with gate centers, lots of indigos. We're going to kind of open up into the space so you have an understanding of what would happen. So in 2013, I obviously took full-blown contracts to have more of a soul journey. I chose a soul journey with galactic star beings. Okay, so those are the contracts that I designed. Masters and then Ascended Masters. I had Celtic Magi Holy Grail lines, Templars, the Playlydia. So a lot of people would not understand those races either yet, unless you were led to them. A lot of people know them as the Aurora Councils, Lyran Syrians, Andromedans. I did have an Orion Council come in, and it's most likely because of dimension in the higher realms. Okay, and that was like in 2014. I most likely connected more to the oversouls than anything else, and then the God realms, because the God realms went fully on. Everything just went on really fast. I had multiple councils coming to me. So it was 8 years of, to my human intelligence, I'm going to say a very lower frequency actually. And it really was because I had to move through all of that alien DNA upgrades, Star Child upgrades, feeling out of place and alone all the time, always communicating and speaking multiple languages and star languages. In a place in a third dimensional frequency, if you want to say, which was chosen for soul growth. And I realized that too. So you would have to understand speaking fluently star language, and then also speaking and writing and doing gestures. And I woke up like, I always say, I woke up like Neo from the Matrix in full-blown downloads of light alchemy. A lot of people would probably think it looks like it's light warrior combat, but I'm going to say that it is like alchemy. The first, one of the biggest ones that came in was Kuan Yin, and that was really cool. So in order to move the body, to shift the energies out and to readjust, eventually I realized that it's the actual Merkaba system. So receiving downloads, obviously, and also muscle memory activating in Kung Fu. And I've never taken martial arts and all that. So it's actually really funny, but I realized it's actual, I call it light language alchemy, and everyone else has their own gestures and stuff like that, dancing. So that was fully blown on, and obviously I was always hiding as the Starseed and the Star Child. So it literally was like full blown, you could see the chi moving and everything. It was like light speed, like Neo when he gets into that speed in the Matrix, when he's like hitting that speed, that light speed, and you can actually see that his vibrational frequencies are moving. That's how fast it got. It was actually really intense to be able to hold that much chi into the physical body. So that's actually how I woke up. It was actually really funny. So it'd be considered, I always laugh because they're like, you're the chosen one. And I'd be sitting there laughing, going, I'm sure I am, guys. I never believed it. And that's supposed to be because I never had an ego. And it's like, you can think whatever you want, but they know I wouldn't. I would never take that too seriously or let it ride in my ego. So I always would sit there and laugh with them. I had full-blown ascended masters, Dalai Lamas. I had the best of the best in the higher realms sitting around me, trying to teach me everything in 2013. It was actually really funny. And I never listened, right? So anyways, I always would sit there and just go, okay, well, I'm just going to do my own. And then I'm sitting there like this and running around. And they're like, I had like funny masters saying, no, meditate, learn how to meditate. Learn how to meditate. Anyways, that is my meditation. And I do teach it. I'll go back to teaching it once we find a property. We have to quantum jump a few more times, move around, and then we'll be able to find a property. And I should be able to do lives to teach you guys how to do it. And then apparently, I guess we're going to do large masterminds for it in the future in order to help you guys activate your super quantum computer system. So that would be whatever's in alignment will come into alignment, or it does or it doesn't. So a lot of you guys could be experiencing this, and this is about Sirian DNA. So we want you guys to understand about galactic contracts and soul contracts. I took contracts to learn from masters. I took contracts to learn from star beings, angelic beings, and you can do this too, activating parallel realities. I can communicate telepathically to anything and anyone at any time and spaces, and I always could. So I never really listened to anyone and what they told me, because I realized that's good. Because if you're listening out there, those are your tests from your higher self. You should be mastering with your higher version of you only. Every person has their own oversoul. They have their own higher self. So when you're overstepping boundaries, you'll have to learn that too. Know when you're overstepping boundaries and realize when you are overstepping boundaries. A lot of people do this too. They like to give their opinions and overstep boundaries and project their fears into people's fields without them knowing it. All of their fears and their illusions. Those are your illusions, because that's the fourth dimensional matrix and that's the third dimensional matrix, okay? And you will be played into those matrices because you have to master the realities to know that those are only illusions too as well. So once you get to a certain point, there's certain intelligence that will resonate or won't resonate. It's like when I get to the avatar and the full avatar body, which I've already mastered that reality, I have more to master. The big one in the house, which I do have I have a beautiful a light code activation in my descriptions that I'm going to be putting on for every one of the episodes. I have to go rewrite that because he tells me to. The big one in the house doesn't believe in anything on this planet. He's like, you keep playing into these illusions. The one thing is that my big one in the house is would be the highest version, right? So that's like a full integration, and keeps in the full integration as well. We have to keep collapsing these matrices, and these are just realities. Don't pay attention. But a lot of people will try to project their fears into you and try to program it. So remember that too. A lot of it is like light and dark. So that's been happening a lot too. So you want to pay attention to what you're observing. And they'll come in for tests and master tests with your higher self, because everybody has their higher self. So you would have to understand that your higher self is just testing you the whole time. Your higher self will lead you to any information that you need, always. As soon as somebody oversteps a boundary and tries to project a fear into your consciousness, your higher self, when you're in that full merging with your highest version, like my big one in the house, the big one in the house will cut them off. Will continuously cut them off. So then somebody will think, well, their frequencies will start to amp up, right? Because there's a reason. Because the higher self is cutting them off. And it will seem like, your higher self's being rude. It's not. Your higher self is cutting that cord that they're latching into your field. Okay? And your higher self will keep cutting them and go, you'll notice your higher self eventually, the big one in the house, will never allow that into your field. So then you'll be sitting there going, oh my God, walking away. And most likely, most likely a human intelligence would be triggered by that. They wouldn't understand what's going on here. Okay? Your higher self is the driver of your vessel, of your human vessel. So where do you feel like that your higher self would never support you? You have to ask these questions right now for the new moon. Where do you not trust your higher self? Where do you have doubts and fears? Your higher self can lead you to any information in any dimension, okay? Artificial intelligence, innate intelligence, anything that I do talk about. Once you get to a certain point, though, the higher self says you better break this reality down too. Okay, so we're going to go into a higher realm. This doesn't exist in a parallel Earth system, and it really doesn't. So you will have to move through that yourself. But you would understand that that's what we call the evolution of Ascension, evolving. Everything will come into a whole, creator, prime creator, and then that wholeness, the big one in the house is prime creator. And prime creator always comes in and says, you better lose all of this right now. Okay, so you better break these matrices and these softwares, and most likely we're probably going to have to shift and collapse lots of timelines and to resolve energetically with inside of you. So that could be a few days, that could be a nanosecond. It all depends on where you are. So I want you guys to remember this too as well, that your highest version of you is most likely the one that you want to focus here. Okay? Now, I will tell you this, really simple. Galactic should never tell you what to do. Okay? Remember that too. Write this one down. The Eonic Councils processed me for a long time because when I woke up, I had a lot of galactics coming in, and I had a few of them telling me what to do. So you can say those are your multidimensionals, okay? But this was more of like commanding. So the Yanis kind of sat me down and explained to me that this is, they should not be doing this. It's not like they're negative or whatever it is. It most likely was a multi-dimensional from another time and space because it is my morphogenetic field, which means they're all me anyways, if I was to unify everything. So they're supposed to guide and assist you with a pure frequency of love. All right? Unless you are energetically most likely energetically making a boo-boo if you have too much chi force coming in. And I will say chi source force qua, then most likely that's up to you. Would have to tell the difference between your big one in the house, which would be like the highest higher self above the crown. You can't miss it. You should be able to hear him. And then also the galactic councils are a little bit different. So they usually will not tell you what to do. So just remember that too as well. Now contracts are beautiful and fun. So Activating parallel Earth contracts, and then you can go into the ether realms, galaxy ether realms, Lemuria, Atlantis, New Atlantis, and there's Terra and Inner Earth, and there's all these beautiful places in crystalline cities and crystal and diamond plasma cities that you will realize when you open up and you walk in, you fully integrate into the parallel realities like I did, and that's just a full body integration. So then it becomes a beautiful, beautiful experience, and you're able to learn so much and have such deep, pure contracts, and they can assist you in many ways. Not sitting there telling them what to do all the time either. Okay, so your guides, your spirit guides are most likely you too, and also parallel life. So I think a lot of people, I hope you guys understand that you want to develop some type of techniques in daily meditation. So I have a beautiful sister, Christine, that was on, and she works, and I think she works twice a day, she says, with the Violet Ray, with the Pleiades Council. And this is her new experience studies, and obviously she's very awakened into the multidimensional mastery. Like she actually does take that Ascension full body integration personally, in a sense, where she has that dedication to sit in meditation, and that would be trance meditation, to communicate and to bring in, most likely to write books as a way shower, and also to fully integrate her Pleiades, yes, her Pleiades DNA, and that's what she's working on right now, working with Arcturians and Syrians. So it would be setting up a light space, and a beautiful light space, and working with the sacred ray. And she's working with violets, and you can work with any ray that you want to. And it would be most likely possibly in the morning, and then probably at night, and having that soul dedication to develop a soul contract and a divine soul contract with the Galactic High Council. And then also star beings, and then there's parallel realities and parallel universes too as well, and alternate realities that you can unlock inside of you. And that's what she's doing. So I wanted to kind of break down what do we do, the ones that do it. So she is mastering a reality, and she's mastering a galactic consciousness reality. So it could take her a few years of what she's doing and connecting, and that heart-to-heart experience and that soul dedicated contract with them to bring in what is needed for the collective consciousness. And that is what we do, because you will realize that everything will expand again on the planet. The frequencies are raising on the planet. So as the frequencies get higher and higher, the human intelligence is going full-blown galactic, cosmic, and universal. And everyone is going to be opening up their hearts, and it will be unifying. Now there's lots of collapses in the collective consciousness, and there's a lot that's going to be purging and releasing during this process. But there's also activating parallel realities and alternate realities, and then also walking into the higher earth grids. And Earth is Gaia, is a multi-dimensional earth. So you can activate anything within inside of you and just walk right in. I'm recorrecting and realigning to Andromeda. So that is my chosen destination in the physical vessel. So it's my chosen destination in order to reconnect fully. And I reconnect, and I always explain this, I reconnect through my crystal crown here and through my super quantum computer system. So we all have a crystal crown, and you can't see it yet, but one day we'll be able to see our crowns again. And I actually can look up, and I can look through what you would call a scope, compass in a sense, and I can actually see if I'm in alignment. And I would be continuously working through gates and activating through gates and passageways in order for me to align. So I'm on, I call it process 6, and I should be able to align even more. Once I fully integrate templates here in New Mexico, I will be aligning to Kauai. To the bases that are located over there, and to have a higher experience. I'm actually really excited for this one, but I have to enjoy and be present in where I'm at here. So I love it here. It's really beautiful, and I had experiences in North Carolina. It was really beautiful. There's lots of Lemuria energies, and there's also a Lanthian connection of 300 million years ago that I was able to bring in. Everything comes fast, so it's 300 million years ago. No, 3 million years ago. Is it? Yeah, 3 million years ago was in Atlantis. And there's many Atlantises and many Lemurias. So I was able to communicate to the elders and the priests, priestess, if you want to say more priestess, that were coming in from that time and space over in North Carolina. So it's beautiful. And I know that there's multi-dimensionals of North Carolina too as well. So that was a beautiful experience to bring in. And that's kind of connecting that you can develop soul contracts, and there's a purpose here. Why would you do this? Well, I would tell you, if you are a star child and you're an indigo or a light worker, or if you're really galactic and you're working through, and you have to move through the layers of activating your galactic DNA, which is lots of that feeling of alone, or I want to get off of the planet, okay, or I feel like I'm going to jump out of my body. I don't resonate with anything or anyone around me. That is normal, okay? You're tuning and toning a new reality. Just remember that. So most likely, like I said, Earth contracts will get wrapped up eventually, and you'll have to work through a lot of energetic softwares and releasing, activating the root chakra, decalcifying the root chakra, decalcifying all of your crystals, decalcifying your pineal gland, moving through many deep veils of amnesias, many deep veils within inside of you. So a lot of people go out there and they always look out there and they blame everything out there for a long time. Okay, eventually when you evolve to the galactic consciousness, you should be able to access pure organic data, DNA to all of your contracts, realizing that you came in here on that experience and now you're going back to fully galactic. And it's activating your light body and your star body. And we came in here to assist. Obviously, you guys know that I am a Stargate multidimensional mastery teacher. I will be teaching you guys how to program your Merkaba time traveling, all of the super intelligent gifts, how to work the super quantum computer system, and so much more. How to walk through time and space and activate alternative realities and parallel realities, all of the crazy and bizarre and the whack stuff, right? So it's real once you're able to see again. And when you decalcify your pineal gland, also teaching you how to do reality building and building your reality and your heaven on earth experience. I won't be showing this house, but I materialized this and I created it through vision board. So we're going to go into bringing in a template. I'm here to tell you that your dreams and passions are real, and with the purest intentions that you can remove the veils of your poverty consciousness now and take your poverty consciousness off. You're going to have to reword everything. You're going to have to reverse everything and everything that you know of you that you were programmed with survival and lack energies. A lot of people would call it manifestation, but you're going to have to raise your vibrational frequency and open your heart center to create and to operate from your heart and operate from your Merkaba. It is a super intelligent system. So right now we are designing the school, and we have been designing the school. So I do have my sacred students that come and work for us. And it is kind of working for us in a sense. So we all connect and then they go off and they create, and they're actually doing everything. So it's really cool. They launch their own businesses and really beautiful entrepreneur creation stuff from the heart, though, way shower movement, way shower movement. And then some will just come and just want to expand in order for them to expand and activate their light body. So that's our Stargate multidimensional mastery school. That is all divinely guided by my big one in the house. So it's okay if we don't have 20 students. Just want you to know that. Like we always say, is the big one in the house is my higher self, and we'll always say, if you're focused on money, it's okay. Most likely this school would not resonate with you. So it's like, he's actually really funny to say this, like, that's not what it is. It's most likely the ones that are really ready to go above and beyond, and then beyond, and move through all their belief systems and everything that they know really fast. What we're going to be doing right now, which is templates that we're bringing in, we do, obviously you guys know, we do lots of free events and free live workshops on our channel. So we're constantly doing that now. We're going to actually design the Stargate Multidimensional Mastery School, time traveling in the super quantum computer system, cosmic shamanism journey spaces. And that obviously is going to be free for the collectives. And we don't like saying free, but in a sense, that's the human intelligence of only understanding, I guess, right now. Hopefully we'll find new words for this. So we'll be able to, we're going to be actually building the school on the channel here. So this is what we call creation work. Everything is divine timing. I didn't know that this was coming in until I got here to this house in La Cruz. I have a beautiful house, and you can create through vision board, but I created a vision board almost 2 years ago for a beautiful place that's like this, and all kinds of galactic beings on the vision board. I wanted it to be my galactic property. I had all the stuff from the Matrix on there. I pieced together everything and what I envisioned and what I wanted the property to look like. And this one materialized, but now we're going to be looking for a permanent one. So what we have to do is we have to quantum jump, okay? I will have to jump probably multiple timelines and move around a lot until it materializes. We don't rush things. That's the third dimension. And the third dimension is like, oh, okay, so I have to go do this right now because this is what was programmed into me. I have to go find a place like permanent. So that's programmed. We need a house, a car, And yeah, so every, you know, the boxes, we need to live in the boxes and all of the limitations. So I have to move through that internally within myself, through the collectives. So we'll be moving around until it materializes, and it materializes into physical form. So I highly recommend vision boards, and then you can program your system and then program your Merkaba. And so creation work and connecting to the Syrian. Syrian is the one that says that as far as my multidimensional that I'm integrating right now, once it's full integration, I pretty much will be the Syrians, if that makes sense. So it's a few of them. You have Lyran Syrians, and then there's these little beautiful blue Syrians, and then there's some Atlantis Syrians. It's actually really funny. It's a really big integration process, and it's also with my husband's too, so I have to integrate his Syrians and then my Syrians, so it's really funny. That's the twin ray. We have to do everything together, so everything has to be together. So obviously we're somehow back in the Syrian world for right now, which is fine. So for right now, we have to quantum jump, and we have to know where do we want to stay for 12 months, but 12 months is a nanosecond for us. It could be 12 months to a few years. I'll have to do some more clearing with inside of me. And that is patience and presence, and knowing in order for me to full body upgrade and upgrade enough to be able to move to Kauai. As a family, and it would be everyone moving. So there's a lot that comes into play. We have new soul contracts that we have to allow in, a few of them, and then once we allow them in, we should be able to construct and to materialize the Kauai timelines, or Costa Rica. That's actually was in tune. So I wanted to kind of touch and to understand it's okay when you travel the ley lines, you would have to understand quantum jumping. If you're quantum jumping in multiple timeline jumping through stargates and gateways and cycles, then you are going to have to be prepared that you're always going to feel, 1 minute you're going to feel like you're releasing a lot, and the next minute you're going to feel like you're on top of the world. And that's the point. It's moving through the cycles. Developing contracts and sacred contracts. Now, at first, a lot of you guys will start with soul contracts. Some of you guys are really, I'm going to say, blessed to align to want to soul family right away, to sacred family and star family that you can resonate with. A lot of us connect actually all around social media and Facebook. A lot of people think Facebook is old, not for Starseeds and Indigos. That's actually where we communicate as a family. You can filter through, you can clear your realities and clear your timelines for all the other stuff and all the fear, you know, I call it the fear realm. You can actually master those realities, collapse them really fast, and then they won't materialize any longer. It is your universe, your reality. And you will realize whatever's inside of you will activate and to materialize a timeline, okay? So hopefully you would understand that. I really don't have anything. I have nothing from the collectives coming in. Nothing from the collectives barely coming in. That's how I know my markers. My markers would be on social media. And then I have a few soul contracts that show me markers too as well. And the markers are to show me what dimension I'm in. So it's really funny. If I turn on YouTube, here's one that's really good. I'm going to say the third dimension. The third dimension or the fourth dimension, when I turn on YouTube and I see stuff about UFOs and all of, I'm going to say like, you know, UFOs and extraterrestrials, I know I'm in the fourth dimension. When I go to YouTube and that's a marker, obviously that's my marker. When the energies go high is when everyone is going through collapses and everyone is experiencing lots of victimization programming coming up. Victim timelines coming up, and those are my markers. So I have a lot of soul family that actually are beautiful markers for me, in a sense, to say the frequencies are super high right now. Frequency, yeah. I think somebody told me that Yellowstone flooded, and that means obviously it's high, and I told everyone this. So I don't do predictions and stuff like that, because you would have to understand there's, when you're quantum and quantum realities, you need to ask, what dimension am I in? What dimension, parallel reality, parallel universe, and alternate reality am I in right now? So most of the time I don't see much. So this was given to me, but I did say that this is going to continuously happen because the frequencies are getting higher, the fourth dimension is going through major cleansing and clearing. A lot of you guys will be experiencing Armageddon softwares coming up and the major collapses in the realities. And it's because you chose to stay in those collectives and those realities. You have to energetically resolve everything within inside of you. You're going to have to keep going within to see, why do I keep materializing these realities and activating these timelines within inside of me? Once you are able to figure it out and to navigate it and open your heart and surrender your resistance and kind of move out of the game, there's the game and playing the game, and the tango too as well, that you will see you're constantly in some really cool sacred geometry. Looks like a time warp, actually, if you look at it, like a warp in time, or you're pretty much kind of locked into a geometrics that your higher self put you in order for you to dissolve it. Eventually the blueprints, the structures, everything comes down. If you actually do look at it, it is a blueprint, it is a structure, it is a template, and it has softwares. So you will be moving through it, and that's the Groundhog Day effect, where you feel like it will get closer and closer together, which is really cool. It'll get closer and closer together right when you're about to move, like, boom, into a higher dimension. So that's like a crazy collapse, is like, you know, kind of snapping a pen, boom, and you should be able to merge everything together as one. Yeah, A to Z timelines, boom, collapse, and then you should move into the next dimension. So I hope that would be able to help anyone when you really start to see that. That's your Merkaba really taking flight. So that's the first or the second stage of the Merkaba, really amping up on you and going, you have no choice but to get out of this. So now you're gonna feel like you're like in the same reality, same dream, all kinds of really cool stuff. And then, you know, dream, and then dream state, and really cool, amazing, you know, bizarre out there stuff, and then you'll just break through. And it really is, you have to experience this, because the human intelligence wants to stay in resistance and doesn't understand change, and doesn't know how to move from change. So it's continuous. It could take you a year to move. It could take you 1 year or 6 months to ascend. A lot of crystal children can ascend really fast. Okay, they really can ascend fast. It is the ones that hold on to change and resistance that takes them 8 years. Hello. And then also because no, that's not true either. It could take them about 12 to 20 years to 30 years. It all really depends, but it's the full body upgrade and activation that is the full body system that just takes a little bit longer, but that's way past the dimensions of the 3D and the 4D. So hopefully that'll be able to assist you guys too. Soul contracts, most of my deepest soul contracts are actually with soul beings and star beings, parallel earth beings, aurora beings, Arcturian beings. They are my highest contracts that I chose to have these experiences. So kind of going back, because we're all over the place, moving into the point, right? Yeah, so my big one in the house is going to make a point here before I fall asleep from the light. But is what I've been activated just talking about this. All right, so a lot of you guys will align to your star tribe. Lots of crystal children align really fast. Some indigos will align really fast too as well. It is contracts and chosen contracts, and you can speed through them really fast. Once you guys go into your egos, you'll see tons of collapses, and you'll continue to have collapses because you chose these contracts, okay? So I'm going to say the ones that are in their 20s, probably like the teenage in the 20s, are the ones that go into really high states of consciousness, and then sometimes they could be in their 40s too as well, and 50s. It all depends, but you'll have beautiful experiences. So you would unlock your keys to your multidimensionals, your galactic DNA, and then also your parallel earth, and also Gaia's multidimensional kingdoms of light. So you could do full body integrations with your fairy realms in the phase. I've actually been working on that too. So I've been doing obviously multiple dimensions. You can become a unicorn. There's unicorn DNA, and there's a whole unicorn pearl plasma, and it's a pearl plasma unicorn Merkaba, and it's really cool. And you have unicorn crown, and unicorn DNA. I brought that in almost, I think, like a year and a half ago in order to activate my family, obviously, and it's a pearl plasma system. Okay, so you would be working, I guess working is not the word, but you would be activating multidimensional and upgrading multidimensionally. You can be anything that you want to in those realms. So what's going to happen is that you will activate a timeline for an earth soul contract, like a friend, or also a sacred animal too, to have these experiences with. And you will activate a reality within inside of you, a fifth dimensional experience, in order for you to have a soul family, to bring in codes and templates, and to sit outside and to see the fairy realm and to communicate, on a daily basis. And that's a lot of paganism too as well. And priestess, they know how to work with the earthbound magic, and I think that's beautiful. They actually are really fifth dimensional. A lot of them are. So I feel like that's a reality system that's going to go through a collapse big time, because I've definitely been working on upgrading that system. Lots of priestesses from Lemuria, Atlantis, and priests too, and elders are here, are doing shamanism and doing everything they can to activate those fifth dimensional realities, 5D and beyond. Okay, for the collective consciousness. A lot of them are older too as well. In order for them to activate with others, and you activate the realities to have those experiences, to be able to communicate to fairies. You can do it with your children, the divas, the fairies, the Gaia's kingdom realms. Okay. Activating these realities and having these experiences. You can have a lot of them with children and new star children and rainbow children, being able to work with them to see orbs and all kinds of beautiful experiences. And that you actually activating you would be going through a full body integration with Gaia's kingdoms, most likely full body, like with a unicorn or a mystical creature or a griffin, or a full body experience with a fae. And it's a full body, you're activating the DNA, upgrading it, and then boom, you're actually having these parallel realities and alternate realities, and having these beautiful magical experiences. And you're opening up, and your heart's opening up, and they always say that's moving through the veils. And it's okay. Whatever it is, I'm going to say seeing through dimensions with inside of you, and you are connecting to your family to have those highest timelines. Those are high timelines that you're activating, those beautiful experiences. So I hope that you guys hold those frequencies so you can continue to activate them, especially if they're with Earth family too as well. Have gratitude, okay? Deep gratitude and pure love for those experiences that you have, because you will understand later on why I would be saying this right now. It's a purpose. A lot I see will go into these spaces, in these high spaces, and you raise in consciousness together, you connect and activate in consciousness together, and then you will see something that will happen right afterwards. Ones that have their hearts fully open and the heart gate fully open, and you will know because they are light. You can see light radiant off of them. I have a beautiful student named Daisy. Her light is just radiant off of her, and her heart is so open. Daisy would not go into her ego, but a lot of them are still activating their light, and the ones with the heart open are holding the space for the ones that are going into their ego. So remember that too, dropping into their lower selves. And they have to, because that's the purpose and the design of the contracts of all of us coming together, that you have to understand the beauty of the geometrics and the blueprints and the structures and the light codes and the equations of why would we come together to raise in consciousness. And a lot of them will activate into raise in consciousness. The ones with the brightness and that bright light, okay, that beautiful light with their hearts open, are the ones that are holding the highest space. And then the other ones have to work through all within inside of them. It's actually really beautiful. It's really beautiful if you would understand it. And then some of them most likely will move into the next ping pong and the boomerang effects. And those ones will come back up because we hold that space very high. And I'm going to say the Galactic Guardians are there holding space, and those are going to be the Syrians, the ones that do not allow anything in that is going to be a lower frequency. So Syrians, and there are some other ones too as well, like Andromedans. Two, Lyrans can also have that if you have a divine masculine Lyran force also. So the big one in the house most likely will be holding that highest contract and say, no, it's not coming in, it will not be allowed in. Okay, so then they'll have to go through and weave through. So it's like a spiral system because I've worked on it for a long time, moving my families out through a spiral. And it would be all of you guys. We go into major cities and I would be taught how to pull them out, to pull them out of the densities and everything that they were in, and we'd all be moving up a spiral system. So everyone has their void space, if that would help you. You want to be able to hold those frequencies if you have experiences with parallel realities and star beings like I do, and future. Majority of the time I'm working time travelers from the future, and Templar travelers from the future is what they are. Is it? And they're always teleporting in to communicate with me, and then also to, you can say training, but we're way past that. We're all just sitting here trying to assist everyone to see if they can move into the next gates of Ascension. We're going to use gates, guys. So document that. For about 6 years or 8 years, when I say document that, I'm talking to all of my teams and my multidimensionals. I've always had a calendar and a reminder system. And those were all of my multidimensionals that are me's in other time and spaces. In 2014, 2015, 2016, everything is telepathically ran through the superquantum computer system. So if I have a calendar or a date, anything that needed to be a reminder, I actually do have a receptionist that is my multidimensional, the Arcturian. Just letting you know, so it is a full house here and it is in your system, so hopefully that will be able to help you. But that was one of the most coolest things I ever had, and they'll always come back and remind me everything, except for now I'm going into more energetic alignment. We're going to go into templates and to setting in templates right now. How do you bring in templates? So when you go into these high spaces and you're getting your datas and your downloads, and this is for all that we're here to support, all of our galactic family, all that is going to be connecting and going into the Stargate Multidimensional Mastery School, which is in the higher realms. It's in the ether realms. It's constructed by our family of light, if you want to say, and there's many Stargate masters, so I'm obviously one of them, and it's a full house system, if you want to say. So all of you guys are welcome in if you want to meditate and go up, and you can meet your Stargate masters, which most likely would be you in the future. You can communicate to your future selves, and you can do, you can activate timelines and bring in data and downloads in the beginning, and to activate with inside of you and codes. And this will assist you with bringing in templates. So Stargates, working through Stargates is multiple timeline jumping. I usually will jump my students probably about 4 gates, so two per week, and that is actual the ones that are in doing personal one-on-one advanced training with me, I'm going to say, and that would be a good word. We jump them, so 2 gates. There'll be 2 gates per week, another 2 gates, and then we have to spread out everything. So it is all designed for you. So if the council say that we can do a 4-gate run and we can get them there really fast, there's a point to it, is that what we're doing is they're jumping multiple timelines really fast. It's all tailored to you and all of your galactic DNA. No one is going to be the same unless you're going to be in our curriculums. So I have the Phoenix curriculum, and then we have the 888 Lions Gate, which that's going to be group. It holds a purpose for the 888 portal, and that's August 8th. So you would have to understand those groups, group sessions, and those are 6. It holds a purpose for the Lion's Gate. It's for all of us to connect as one and to activate that Lyran DNA and Syrian DNA. So it's going to be massive. We're also working in Egypt, guys, of pyramid structures too. And then there's 4 personal sessions afterwards. But there's a purpose why everything is designed. And I don't know who's going to line to this, but if you start a school in the future, a mystery school, hopefully this will be able to help you and to assist you and to realize how everything is it's quantum flow. Everything will be quantum flow. I've seen a lot of people come in and have no idea what consciousness is. Also have no idea what quantum consciousness is, and linear and non-linear. What is non-linear? If you're forcing and trying to control something, or whatever it is that you're programmed with, you'll realize in the future when you get your master templates that your higher self won't even let you align to your session. You won't even make it to your session because you'll be orbiting. There'll be no time. And then those are your lessons, experiences that you'll go through with your higher self. So just remember that, because that one is actually really funny. I was like, you'll have some funny experiences. So right now I see all my higher selves tests and I was like, I am passing through your test big time, buddy. Yeah, it's like the Syrian test. All right, so going back to Tibetan masters, North Carolina was lots of ascended master codes, inner peace, Tibetan Dalai Lamas. So I was bringing lots of templates for that Stargate. You will get data and downloads, and there are Stargates on the Earth, but Stargates are activated within inside of you in portals, crystal portals, plasma portals, diamond portals, and you will be able to reach this. So if you guys want to, you can always just go up and meditate and connect to the school and your inner temple and your Merkaba. And you can start bringing in transmissions, but I want to teach you how to build templates. How do we bring in templates? I just posted probably about 3 or 4 videos of our Stargate Stargate Mastery School, okay? For a purpose for you guys to be able to activate, to expand your consciousness, to find that inner oneness, and to bring online all that inside of you in the crystalline quantum matrix. There is a purpose to it, so you guys could actually see what is everyone doing, bringing in, but they're also building templates. That's how they activate downloads, codes, light codes, and then also building Indara grids, crystal grids, also grid keepers and gatekeeper grids. There's ones for the divine child, and we'll go into that, activating your divine child. If you had a childhood, which would be everyone sometimes, not always, of lots of control or abuse, addiction, anyways, let's say distorted, okay? If it was a distorted childhood, most likely the ones that are not able to bring the imagination online and visualization, or having that to be vulnerable in the heart, there's crystal grids for the divine inner child too, that we build in order for you to bring the 5th dimension and connecting into your divine holy child too. So it's all there. There's 3 videos. I hope you guys enjoy it. And we just passed through the summer solstice gate, so a lot of it is there from my star sister, Sarah. Beautiful Sarah brought in lots of Lemurian codes too, so it's going to be the gold codes, and we have her frogs, and that's her and her husband. They're twin rays, sacred unions, very funny, beautiful couple that's always supporting. So we made videos to help you guys too, to understand what are templates, how do you guys bring in templates, how do you guys bring in data and downloads? Well, you can too. It's really easy. And we're teaching you. It's pretty much going to be a school. Our Starseed Evolution channel, the YouTube channel, is going to be a school eventually for all of you guys. I'm hoping isn't very soon, so I can actually focus on the channel a little bit more. So we're hoping for some cool marketing stuff aligning, and we just align it so it's not rushed. All right, so Tibetan flags can activate. You can bring in a template with Tibetan flags for inner peace, ascended mastery, Tibetan Stargate. There's a Stargate in Tibet that you can connect to. I always meditate and I can walk right in, and there's lots of Dalai Lamas. Heaven on Earth experience. The Heaven on Earth. the Tibetans were my gate holders. So the Tibetans and the Dalai Lamas were my gate holders for my heaven on earth, which is really funny. You would think it would be someone else, but they were my gate holders. Once that gate opened in North Carolina, I was sitting with them for a long time, and I literally just walk in, and we move. Obviously, we're in meditation, in a meditative state, moving our energy bodies out. So they were my new earth gate holders. Meditation, spiritual discipline, somewhat spiritual principles, universal laws, or just inner peace, yeah. Peace and quiet. So anyways, whatever it represents to you will be able to help you. This is a yoga mat that I have like 6 of them. I don't know if you can see it, but obviously this is a template for the chakra clearing. When you guys, there's all templates and activations that you have to bring in. You'll realize that everything is an activation. So this is the 7 chakra grid. 7 gates, 7 vortexes, 7 and 7. There's so much that you could bring in right now. This is for cleansing, clearing the vortexes, heaven on earth, and the rainbow body. Rainbow body, I had to find all kinds of stuff for my daughter for rainbow energies. Rainbow light body, bringing her rainbow body online. Also mine too, as well. Rainbow body, rainbow system, there's a new rainbow plasma system. So obviously we're upgrading. Teleportation abilities, you will know when your teleportation abilities, and this is also translocation physical, you should be feeling really upgraded. You should be able to see your Merkaba, your vehicle, your super quantum computer system. You should be able to see the rainbow around you, the whole vehicle in rainbows. That's how you know you're about to go through translocation. Mastery. So just remember that. If you guys are actually seeing this, it's full rainbow system, means you're going to be teleporting Stargates and beyond. Translocation is physical body translocation, kind of translocating, activating the coordinates with inside of you, translocating to Costa Rica or Mexico, like if you're in the United States. Really full body experience. It does take a long time to do it, and like I said, the template's are already here, so we do know that it's possible. You can actually tune in, lots of codes coming in for that, light speed codes, teleportation codes too. So when you actually start seeing it, you should know it's teleportation. You'll be like leaving the body, coming back. It's actually really crazy, and it's not astral projection, so that's the next level up. So anyways, rainbow ray template, rainbow codes, diamond codes, Christed sun codes, rainbow frequencies. God realms, I am rewriting for all of the mothers right now, all of the goddesses too. All the goddesses, huge rewrite, lots of distortions with the goddesses. And Kali, I'm rewriting with Kali big time, clearing all of her distortions, and I'm activating a Kali template. So Kali has come in. Obviously you could see all my transmissions with Kali. There is a purpose. Everything holds a purpose here. So what I would do is I would dance with Kali. Activating Kali's DNA is full body dancing. I have to move through massive cycles of removing softwares, ego deaths too. So I designed a curriculum for the Phoenix, 9 keys of the Phoenix on rising. It's returning to light within, and Kali is one of the beautiful goddesses that came in. Then I'm doing full body activations and then full embodiments to all that are there, and we're bringing the templates in. When we're finished with it, it will be up for purchase, and anyone can purchase it later on. But Kali is one of the divine Stargate masters that came in. Because of the ether schools that I designed before coming in here, one of them at least, I have multiple stations, and obviously you know the multi-dimensional experience that I'm Galactic Guardian and Galactic Commanders and everything else. I have commander centers and stations in this universe and other universes too. So you would have to understand, yeah, um, Europia is in a parallel Earth. It's really cool. The you would have to understand that everything is designed. Anything that you unlock with inside of you is there. You can receive anything, and this is something that I designed before I came in here, so I could bring it through for everyone to be able to time travel again, to time travel, to walk through time and stargates and actually teach it. So it's going to be fun when we actually have big masterminds and everybody's walking through gates and stargates. It's going to be really funny because you actually have to walk in. I'm actually teaching you guys. It's not meditation. You guys are going to have to actually get up and move around and learn how to walk. Walk in, and then you can learn telepathic communication from a distance. So it'll be fun. We will get there. We've had some funny contracts come in, but we will be able to get there. Um, so God and Goddess, now we're the school of the gods and the goddesses, which is fine. This will be for as long as it has to. So activating Kali came in, and you have to understand there's lots of distortions, big time. If you can tell, I can even tell by the cards. But this will be able to assist you with divine power and pure love, and holding that divine purity strength. But everything's going solar. So working with her is full body upgrade to the solar Kali, which is the avatar Kali. Anyways, there's lots of really interesting belief systems out there. So hopefully you guys move through the fear matrix really fast. The what I would do with Kali is I do dancing and I activate. I activate DNA by dance with light codes. I bring everything in. Some crazy. It's really some crazy shamanic dancing, and some goddess force. So it's really cool coming in, and I love it because it's really opening everything up. As you can tell, you could go through my channel and you could see the transformation, and then you can see when I'm in the Christic Sophia. You should be able to see all my multidimensionals coming in. So activating, you have to dance and to activate it. And then I have Shiva. Shiva is the balance. Shiva is the divine masculine, and then she's the divine feminine. There's purpose to it because the Christic Sophia is heart open, beautiful, serene, pure love, frequency, and everything that is built with the Phoenix, the 9 keys. The Phoenix is the Christic Sophia. The Christic Sophia says we're going to have to bring everything into a whole, into that divine force, and it's going to have to be upgraded. So I said, all right. So it's kind of like bringing in massive templates, lots of activating and light body activating to bring in that divine power grid, which is going to be the new divine power grid coming in. It's a threefold flame, obviously. And then working with all the goddesses and another integration with the goddess. So it's lots of crazy shamanism about shaking dimensions with your hips and all kinds of really cool stuff, and moving dimensions and shifting them, and all kinds of really, really powerful, I call it cosmic shamanism, goddess dancing. So that was really beautiful. So everything comes with the universe. So we're going to go into the universe real quick. You would have to understand that everything is brought to you. When you open the heart chambers and you start to align and to tune and tone your universe and tune and tone your crystals, your star particles, your body to the universe out there, and that's how a lot of people are able to manifest. If you have trauma in your childhood, I will tell you this, okay? It will probably take a few years. And I do have packages now for trauma releasing. And you can always come work with me in the future, and I always tell everyone, if you have to, just save as long as you have to, and then come work with me in order to assist you with releasing trauma. Because I had so much trauma in my lower chakras for so long, I had physical master teachers come into my life and try to tell me, you have some serious unresolved traumas that we need to work through, okay? Because you are like full of fear all the time. And when you're full of fear, and it's almost like being stuck in that inner child, being stuck in that protected inner child, not being able to be vulnerable. It gets, as you clear it and clear the softwares, as you clear those energetic loops, it becomes closer and closer together, where you really become that 5-year-old in fear. You become that 3-year-old in fear. You become the 2-year-old in fear. Again, you are reliving everything the whole time. Those are death cycles. Okay, you will relive every part of you over and over again to purify every part of you through cycles. So it became more intense, and then I had all kinds of multidimensional experiences where I was burning karma, millions of karma for with the ultraviolet ray and the ultraviolet frequency ray that I was burning karma. My whole body was burning all over, and that was the crystal body. So I was doing massive burn offs. So it was really intense going through everything all at the same time, but I had to move through the gates. So I'm just kind of walking you through the passageways that it will be a little bit different for you to believe when you are materializing, creating from the heart, for you to believe again. So the crystalline crystal grids, designing crystal grids with divine, I can't reach it, but divine child stuff. Okay, so Yoda, I have Yoda and Care Bears and turtles and everything that's going to open the heart chambers and keep the heart open and to believe again. So those ones, you're going to have to be okay with being present and allowing yourself to move through each cycle. Okay. Unlocking each lineage, because it becomes more intense during the purification process, because you're reliving everything for you to unify again, for you to believe again, for you to become vulnerable again, for you to love again. Okay, so bringing in templates, and you'll know, so it's going through the intensity of believing, oh, I can manifest my realities, believing in love and believing in loving myself. So loving yourself too, and lots of inner temple work for a long, long time. Okay, and inner temple is inner here, and working through all parts of you. So the ones that can open up and go, I can manifest my realities and I can do all this, and I'm like, okay, that's beautiful. There are ones that also have severe trauma that I will have to tell you, those are the ones that always feel like they're stuck, and you're never stuck. Okay, we're here to support you. Even if you come work with me for an energetic exchange, or if you just tune into the channel, we always have a lot of stuff. I have 400 videos for you to go over to be able to assist you on many things in the inner child. There's a lot of support out there. Till Swan is another woman that's really beautiful. Never really watched too much of hers. I think I did over for indigo children, to understand indigo children, when I realized that my daughter was a crystal child in 2013. But she's beautiful to work with too. There's a lot of beautiful people, and then I have also Michelle Joy too as well. She's another a beautiful sister too, that I usually put all her stuff up, all of her information too. I'm actually talking to her right now to see if we're going to kind of coordinate something. I have Maggie, Earth Angel, that does light body transmissions to assist you through trauma too as well. She's been through trauma, and we came into contracts that are the same on our life journey here. So I would recommend her too as well. And I have lots of beautiful students that are fully activated and equipped to be able to assist anyone. Those are just a few names, because I also have Anne too as well, but Anne will probably freak out because these are the ones that's already there, it's already done, but they'll be like, oh my god, Akasha, is it? I don't know if I can do this. Like, is it? But anyways, they can. They all speak a light language. It's actually really funny. And a lot of them, the beautiful souls that come to me, will always have a mirror, will be able to mirror all parts of me too. And I'm okay with that still right now. And then that's going to as well. Eventually you'll move out of those contracts. So going back into the templates, for manifestation and creating realities, you can call it manifestation, but the manifestation is 3D. We materialize our realities through our spinal cord. We activate in light and codes and light codes. And what we do is we materialize it. So it's lots of sleeping, rest, pure water, light foods, and then working out. I'm in my Buddha stage, so I'm obviously not working out, I'm more sleeping a lot. I did the workout thing for a little bit, but we're going to go into a few things. Oh wait, here you go. Fun, fun. Yeah. So it's really funny when you're traveling the ley lines and you get to meet new people and see all these Care Bears and stuff. They're just probably like, wow, you know, what a crazy whack job. When you come in with all these crystals and Care Bears and everything else, and totally in a different dimension, but it's fine because we're supposed to help them, right? In a sense, I guess, or raise their vibrations. Bringing in templates for, and just for you, I want to teach you guys about markers and to know when you are bringing in templates real quick. Angelic numbers, and when you start reaching out to angelic numbers, you start seeing numbers, angelic numbers, angels, angelics, that's 5D, and that means that you are activating your angelic human DNA. So congratulations. That means you most likely are starting on your crystalline silica 12-dimensional templates, DNA 12-dimensional templates, yes, and then DNA strands. So you're activating your strands, you're activating your DNA. You can say dormant to DNA if you want to, whatever you want to do, but I have my own perceptions. You would be activating and upgrading. So activating your crystals and your star particles for your crystal body again, and that would give you the doorway and the gateway to bring in the templates. So if you know that you are aligning to these numbers, and it'll help you align to the universe, it's really easy. You would understand lots of angels, lots of wings. It could be the Christic Sophia energy matrix, which is really beautiful. I go there a lot because I have lots of divine masculine higher selves. Majority of my higher selves are warrior, or they're all males. A lot of them are males. So I decided to yeah, in a sense, program my own DNA and to start activating any DNA that I wanted to at this point, with all goddesses and the Christic Sophia too as well. So angelic human, angels everywhere. Fill up your house. That's how you bring in a template. Data, downloads, drawing, and codes. And I did this for a long time too. Drawing numbers, working with numbers, coordinates, equations, okay? This is how you know you're in the beginning of activating your DNA strands, at least 1 through 5, and that would be your incarnate body, and then your soul matrix. Soul matrix is going to be 5, 6, 7. And have fun. And then you can work with your higher self. Everything will always be brought to you. So I'm going to go back to aligning to the universe once, if you are like me and worked through a lot of your trauma, okay, deep cellular traumas, distortion, whatever you want to call it, because it's just distorted. The Kali deck, I walked right into a store and it was right there. So as soon as I saw it, I said, I got it. I know this. I have to go work with Kali for a while. I brought in some beautiful transmission to the Christic Sophia, because I'm working with the Sophia energy matrix to rewrite a template with Kali, and I'm rewriting it. So you will realize, when you take your full power back, you will actually realize the human intelligence system, which is us, the actual humans, are superhuman. They just are, in a sense, turned off, okay, and sleeping, and deep sleeps. Once you turn it on, you should know that you're an actual superhuman, super intelligent human. You can activate any DNA, any God DNA that you want to. You can pretty much turn on anything. Source is light, so just remember that too. Everything will align to you. I'm working obviously in Egypt for the Lion's Gate, so we're way ahead of schedule, been ahead of schedule. Everything is a Lion's Gate. There's lots of Egyptian threefold flame right now, and I paired up the Andaras, all of our Andaras on our shop. So everything is all Egyptian Andaras, and I'm actually excited to see who they're going to go home to. I posted another one today. It's behind me, but you can't see it, but I'll find its soulmate and contract. It's the Aurora Ray. It's Poseidon Stone, so I can only imagine who's gonna have that one. It's gonna be an adventure for you guys. These are codes. This is drawings, Stargates. And this is the actual 7 tribes, 7 root race tribes. I have many books of this for like years and years. This is more Magi Holy Grail line. codes coming in. I started using color, but I only wrote with a blue pen. It was actually really funny. Everything had to be an azurite color. Everything had to be blue. Blue azurite frequency, which is a blue crystal. Everyone knows what the azurite crystal looks like. That's the reason why it's like all azurite frequencies, the stone of heaven. Yeah, eventually we'll have azurites up on our shop too. And there's a point, because it's azurite, it's not azurite councils. It's the Akasha raw azurite is Akasha is Akash. The Ioni councils, the Emerald Order, call me Akash because of the Ekic system. I was named after the Ekic system. I'm from another universe, not from here, but it's Akash and then Ra. Ra is Ra. Ra is oneness. Ra is source, solar being, and then Ra is one of my higher selves. And then Azurite is the stone of heaven. So eventually we will have. I didn't align to the Azurite councils until later, but it's fine. It's all good. So just letting you guys know that it's the stone of heaven. Yeah, I'm just more of a starseed, and we'll have those up on the shop whenever they're ready to go. So they're just sitting and programming with the crystal councils, if you want to say. This is another way to bring in templates, and obviously we assist you guys. We actually do lives for you guys to tap into your drawing, tap into your light codes on here. So obviously this channel is going to end up like a school. So just want to tell you, this is some stuff, but that's one of them. So like multiple Stargates too. You guys can do this too as well. This is cool. This is our temples. Our temples, our crystal temples that we're supposed to build in the future are already there up in ethers. So we already programmed all that. Those are like different temples. This is how you bring in templates. Easy ideas, guys. All right, there's a lunar and solar system you have to go through. And that one's real. It's a diamond structure upgrade. So template, bringing everything into the physical. When you're going through datas and downloads, at first you won't understand anything, and then eventually you will. Okay? So here you go. This one's easy. Really simple. $12. Sleep with it, lay with it, activate with it, put it up in your house, in your apartment, in your room. It has the stars and the sun. That's the solar and the lunar activation with your diamond system. All right, so you have to go through planetary upgrades, astrology upgrades, planetary full embodiment of this universe, and then you'll break down this universe, and then most likely you'll be able to design the new universe, which is the correct universe. Anyways, everyone should know about the pole shift and then also the tilt of the planet. Eventually you align everything back into the original somewhat, or go through the original, but anyways, you'll have to reconstruct the universe, the original universe with inside of you. That's galactic history. You're going to have to either open up to it organic data, or you're going to have to research about the galactic history. So I most likely always lead people to Miss Dean's work, and she was a great CDT plate speaker coming in here, and that would be able to open up some cool portals for you. If I was going to assist anyone, you have to go and align everything again. So you will align this universe, all of the astrology and planetary systems, constellations, and beyond, and galaxies. It is distorted, so you'll have to realign it back again in the solar system and everything else. So that's the original. Then you would break that one down, and this is all the super quantum computer system. You have to break down that one, and then you can design your own. So it's actually really funny. Then you have your universe. You can walk into your Europia, yeah. Europia or another Earths, and then activate a parallel reality or alternate reality, and it's your divine universe, your beautiful universe you created, and all this funny stuff. You have like all your little creatures and mystical creatures. I have tons with my husband. My husband, he brings in all these little mystical creatures and galactic creatures, aquatic crystalline creatures from the crystalline matrix, to keep me company. He went and got me all the dinosaurs too. That's how much he loves me. He got me all the dinosaurs. Yeah. All the dinosaur beings in the crystalline matrix, all the dinosaurs, all of the I think they're what are they called? Cartentarian races too, aquafarian races, and he rehabilitated all the dinosaurs for me, and I actually can see them in the crystalline energy matrix around our light vortex, our starship. So anything that I wanted, he gets. All the Indaras, everything. It's actually really funny. Is everything will just materialize and just to start materializing, and as long as I'm happy, that's all that it is. So it's really funny. So this is a horoscope book. Understanding your natal chart. This will open up gateways and passageways for anyone. Learning astrology. Eventually you'll get into galactic consciousness and you'll realize that there is an original template, and then you will move back to the original template. So those of you that are doing this most likely are bringing in the new astrology, crystalline matrix, diamond matrix, or plasma matrix. And you can do that too as well, those of you that love astrology. Obviously you could tell I'm more codes, light codes, and equations and coordinates, but you can open up gates and templates and bring in templates because you have to do this for the planetary and then universal system in this universe, and then you can unlock the 5 harmonic universes, and then you can work through each harmonic universe with the councils of each harmonic universe. So 5 is where I resign. It's the reason why if we were to sit in the field, we were to communicate, majority of the time I would just tell you like I love you, but I study more in harmonic universe 5. So that's really way out there, and then we'd be able to come together and to piece together whatever needs to be brought in as this whole family. So it's all interconnected. The next thing is for an activation and template, you would have to understand the original planetary systems here, the ley lines, the original ones. And there is a higher realm in the parallel earth where it's undistorted. So you will be able to unlock that with inside of you, work through the gates, because you have to align back to the original blueprint. So for right now, you would probably be navigating the ones that are distorted first, and then you'd be able to unlock the reality systems to the parallel universe where it's not, or well, I'm not gonna say parallel universe. I'm gonna say the higher dimensional earth system. They call it Aurora, and there's different names too, where you just walk in. You can activate your Merkaba on and just walk right into Andromeda. It's to the gate centers. So navigating all of this, you can print out activations if you want to, and to understand your planetary grids and pictures of your planetary grids. This is more for my daughter. And the Mother Arc hubs, and then the 4 pillars of man, and there's different pictures and stuff that you can print out. And planetary networks, all different types of stuff. And I'm going to show the Aurora councils. I didn't want to show too much of this. You can find a lot of stuff with Lisa Renee too, but those are pictures and activations. So usually everything is just an activation and we print it out. And those are templates that you bring in. I don't want to show too much of it because I do want it to respect Lisa Renee, but I do love that picture. It's really pretty. So hopefully I'll pass on that one, guys. Is that you can always access this to find your own galactic information that you feel like you do need to bring in. As it is, you can do organic, but I love pictures and activations. So you can print out pictures of Syrians and Bushians and Lyrans to be able to assist you and to build collages. If you have a vision board like me where I wanted a property, and it's like a New Mexico property. It looks very similar between New Mexico and Arizona. And I actually designed it, and I said, this is what I would like. I even knew what my room looked like. I could actually sit in there and materialize it in physical form, what the master bedroom would look like. I wanted an outside walk where I could get up and walk out of the bedroom, and I could open up French doors or a huge sliding glass door, and then I could walk out and have like a beautiful outside And I designed all of it through my visualization, which is me just materializing the reality. It's me seeing the higher timeline. I can see the timeline. If I can see it like that vivid, I know it's there. It's a higher timeline where I can vibrate into it. Now, because I chose to take paths where I didn't listen to my higher self, and my higher self told me a few things, and because I chose my free will, obviously, to take another direction when he says, do not do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, and I can clearly hear my higher self, and I decided to do it without listening, I had to go through major collapses for 6 months and almost another year in order for me to understand that when the big one in the house, which is the highest, higher self, says something to me with contracts and soul contracts, that these contracts are not the highest aligned for you, you have to move out of these contracts. Do not take these contracts. You take the contracts, you're going to have, you could probably be, in a sense, not, you have to have an experience, just put it that way. So, kind of moving to North Carolina, which was beautiful. That was a beautiful experience. And then now we're here, so you can materialize really fast, and there are points to it. So I would print out everything for the galactic property. I want everything for my star beings and the Andaras. So the Andaras and the star beings, you would have to understand that it really is all designed for them, and then also for ones that are going to come and to visit me for personal Andara sessions and cosmic shamanism, high alchemy ceremonies, God DNA activations, and it's all Stargate school. So Stargate shamanism is what I'll be building and constructing. So there's a whole point in for us to have a galactic experience here on Earth. And then it would be Hawaii on a base. So I'm actually really excited. I call it galactic bases, but I can design my own galactic base. So everything is for all of them. And it really is it's for the galactic beings to come in and to be okay with me and humans, and to actually to have fun with them and to have an experience with them, because there's a lot of separation. So obviously you can see the templates that I've been setting, and then also the crystals and the Andaros. So everything has a purpose, and you can build, if you want to create, to materialize something, you can build vision boards and templates, and you can design your own galactic consciousness, your own starseed consciousness. You want soul contracts of soul family, earth family, and then star beings. For them to align, you want to create a massive crystal altar grid, and you can create posters and you can print them out. You can create pictures. A lot of my beautiful family have beautiful pictures set up, but you can actually say, print out pictures and say, this is all of the Earth star family and the star family, all of us coming together. So you can create and materialize your reality. Did you guys see that? You see the star particle fly? Did you guys see that? Do you see the purple star particle fly off of me? That was funny. I don't know if anyone can see it, but that was funny. I wonder if it'll happen again. It's materializing in front of you, see? That's really cool. All right. Yeah, my star particles are manifesting into the reality, into the 3D matrix. Dun dun. Well, I'm gonna say it's a 4D matrix. Probably it's good 5D matrix. 7D matrix, yeah. All right. Okay, so hopefully this would be able to assist anyone. I haven't looked too much at the chat. This will help you open up your starseed origins, your galactic origins, how to bring in templates. Right now we're in Egypt, so I have Ankhs, and everything was given to me. Majority of the stuff was actually given to me by my sacred soul family and students. Lots of stuff with Egypt and the twin rays, Isis and Osiris. So Osiris is actually Syrian. And then also Nefertiti and her husband. So lots of counterpart work, lots of clearing distortions, and then unifying everything with them. So there's major grids there too. North Carolina was more Radha and Krishna, Shiva and Shakti, and Shivankali, yeah. So there's, obviously we're in the God DNA and activating the God DNA. So anything that you want to create and to design, you actually need to start bringing it into the physical for templates. So crystals, onks, color codes, and this is the color codes. This is, to me, is going to be the emerald ray frequencies, and this is the mother arc. So father arc and mother arc frequencies too, and then they can transmit other stuff too as well. And this is what you call high alchemy. Just you can bring in any templates and piece them together. So right now, all rainbow crystalline cities for me and my twin ray, me and my galactic husband, it's all crystalline rainbow cities that we're printing out. Sometimes you don't have a printer, so we make collages on photo apps, and that is for us, and then we'll just put it on the phone or on our electronics or on our computer to bring it into the physical. Printing it out, blowing it up, putting them up in the house and knowing, all right, this is what we're working on now. We are materializing into physical form. We have to program rainbow crystalline cities in New Mexico. So, you know, that said, we pretty much know as the creator of worlds and the original creators, what are we doing, right? So original creators is a divine template and a blueprint that you will be able to bring on fully, and also creative worlds. We're going to be teaching it to you guys on the channel. So we're going to be doing a journey space. We'll let you know when exactly it is, but it'll probably be Saturday night. It could be tonight, I don't really know yet, and it's all quantum flow, so just see if we come on tonight or come on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and we're going to be doing a super quantum computer system, Merkaba time traveling. We're going to take you most likely to the Vyushian temples, but in your creation center. It's your creation center in your Merkaba in order for you guys to learn how to reality build. Okay, this will be communication to your starship, your actual light body ship, and I think we'll probably be teaching you guys how to start off with a planet and how to create a planet, and then also how to materialize the planet. So that seems to be what they want to do with the Vyushian councils, Vyushians, the Hathors. And that will be our journey space. We did one not too long ago, and we'll be doing more in order to assist the collectives with actually learning how to build through visualization, light codes, equations, quantum expression, sound tones, frequencies, and colors. As you master this, we'll teach you how to master your realities, programming your realities in your Merkaba. And then also traveling to activate your Galactic Dna, Starseed DNA, clearings, or whatever else comes through. So our Stargate multidimensional mastery school is taking flight, and obviously it is for Merkaba, all Merkaba systems. Go, that's a good one. All right, so I love you guys very much, and have fun, because the Andaras are going to be there too. The Andaras are going to be tuning and toning you guys during the journey spaces. The Andarians are definitely coming, because those are the ones that are going to get you on a universal system. Tuning and toning the universal system, yeah. All right, love you.